You've tamed the voices in your head. You've put your courage to the test. Laid all your doubts to rest. Your mind is clearer than before. Your heart is full and wanting more. Your future's at the door. Give it all you got. No hesitating. You've been waiting all your life. This is your moment. This is your moment in time. This is your moment. This is your moment to shine, to shine, to shine.
The Department of Special Education and Comal ISD. It's an exciting place to be. The intentionality and care and concern for children among the teachers, the providers, and the administrators is truly unique. So those kids who truly need individualized specially designed instruction can get meaningful support and skills in a unique and dynamic way, maybe with smaller student-teacher ratios and additional supports and assistive technologies.
Life never felt so good, I never thought I could feel the way I do. With my new point of view, I can see right through all the cloudy skies.
So Kenzie Campbell, you are the essential academic teacher here at Oak Creek Elementary.
Yes, I am.
Can you tell me a little bit about what you do? What is essential academics?
So what we do is we take the pacing calendar that the general education teachers use and we modify it to each individual student's needs. We focus on academics, social, and functional skills here.
Kenzie, how long have you been a part of this program?
This is actually my first year as an essential academics teacher in Comal ISD. However, this is my 4th year teaching an essential academics program.
Kenzie, if you could tell others about this program, what is it you would really want them to know?
I would want them to know that our program is effective. We set very high expectations for our students, and a lot of people would be surprised by the things that our kids can do, but I'm not. We set the bar high and our students always rise to the occasion.
Can you tell me, why is it so important for these children to attend a general education setting?
Well, this is the way that our students make their meaningful relationships, and as they leave Oak Creek, they will still have these peers growing with them. So we can support them here at Oak Creek, but those peers will be with them as they go through middle school and through high school.
And Megan, if I land right here, what am I going to write? What does that say? Fell into. So my sentence is going to start off and say, the sick duck fell into, and am I done? No, because is that a complete sentence?
How does the general education and special education correlate?
Well, like I said, we overlap our curriculum. We follow the same pacing schedule that the general education does. And so we kind of just fine-tune everything that the general education is doing. So like today, our students were out in the library, so whatever books they picked, they'll be reading and writing about in Miss Smith's class, but they'll also be getting more finer instruction within my classroom, working on proper alignment of the letters and creating deeper sentences.
Oh, look how pretty. She's at the beach. Look, she's at the beach, and look at that silly mermaid. She's in the seashell.
I saw you going over vocabulary words, and you would take a word like shrink, and then y'all would act it out.
Yes.
What is that doing for them?
That is more of a hands-on approach, and that just helps our kids to better understand it. If they get to act out that concept, it really helps it be a deeper meaning.
Very cool. So can you tell me, since the beginning of school to now, what have you really seen change with the kids, with their growth?
Oh my gosh, we have seen so much socially and academically. Our kids are completely different since they came in the first day of school. The thing that we focus on here is we focus on the whole student. So we know we only have them for a short period of time, and so we know that has to grow with the kids. So we focus on everything.
This week is Down Syndrome Awareness Day. It's an international recognition of children who have Down syndrome, and it's Trisomy 21, which is the 321. So on March 21st, our department wore shirts across the district, so really about 100 people running around in shirts. Because the the geography of the district is so large, it's 589 square miles, we meet once a month on Fridays. So one of our lead physical therapists has a son who has Down syndrome, and he's very special to us, and so he came over today. So we got to hang out with Brody, which is always a treat, and so that's with the story behind 321. The district is very committed to outcomes for children, support and services. There are folks here who want to help the teachers help the kids. So it's a very exciting time to work with children.
When I think about Comal and what we do for our students, I was kind of reflecting back for 11 years of being here and seeing different kids come through. And you know, I've had students, I watch them in elementary all the way through high school, and I have kids go to UT, to Texas A&M, and they put, you know, I even had a student recently come back, and she's a successful banker at a bank, which is really fun and exciting. But for me, probably some of the biggest accomplishments that I see specifically for my students is to watch them overcome.
I do a lot of extra things at Canyon Middle School, and I was on the volleyball team, and we did really good this season. We only lost 2 games, and I played right side. I also do band, and I'm first chair flute, and at UIL this year for the concert part, we got 1, 2, 1, and then for the sight reading, we also got 1, 2, 1.
Especially those middle school and high school years are so hard for students who have to wear hearing aids or have a cochlear implant on, and maybe they feel different, or maybe they're teased even. And to see them overcome that is really something that is so special, and probably the most rewarding part of my job, because I've seen kids just really battle things out because they feel different. But to overcome that is really more successful to me than even going to a big university or having a fancy job. That they've figured out, hey, I'm created for something special, and I can do anything that anybody else can do, regardless of my hearing loss.
We have an array of providers at the district level, whether that's school psychologists, occupational therapists, physical therapists, speech pathologists, teachers for the auditory impaired, visually impaired, braillists, orientation and mobility. Irregardless of what the field is, these are servant leaders with hearts for children.
I'm Terry Werchen. I am the adapted PE teacher for Comal Independent School District and the Star Sports head coach. The Star Sports program consists of 2 seasons. We have bowling in the fall and track and field in the spring. And this year is our 9th year in existence. And I'm very proud of our athletes. They range from ages 6th grade to high school or 22 years of age. I am very excited because I'm the one that gets to shoot the gun. And I like that job so much because I get to spend time one-on-one with every single student at the track event, because they're all going to meet me at that starting line. And when they see me there, and when I see in their faces they're excited or maybe they're a little bit nervous, I can work with that student for just a few seconds to just individualize and make sure that they get that extra boost of confidence or support that they need in order to go and run their race and be successful, because they can all do it. Star Sports is so important to these athletes because they gain skills, builds confidence, and they develop a can-do attitude. We have volunteer students who come and run our events and help with our races. And we have students from many different leadership programs. The FACS, which is the Family and Consumer Sciences group. We have ROTC, we have band, we have cheerleaders, and we have students such as the PALs, and they'll all come down and help us with the program.
So I'm here today with Mason, and Mason, you're a senior at Canyon Lake High School, and you're in a program called PALs. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Yes, ma'am. PALs is a class period we have at our school. And every day during lunch and PAL in our class period, we skip it and we drive off to 2 elementary schools and a middle school on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And we visit with kids, we meet like our little buddies, You get to have fun with them, you get to help them with their homework, do little fun activities, just kind of like be there for them, you know.
What makes the STAR program so strong, in my opinion, is that there are so many of us that pull together, starting from kindergarten all the way through age 22. We begin in the general ed PE programs, and my students are all included in those programs. They have that peer support there, they have the PE teacher support there, and that just builds year after year after year. And then finally they come to me in 6th grade. They've got a lot of good skills in place. They've got a lot of relationships with their peers in place. And so all I have to do is just take it from there and get us a little organized, and we run with it.
Working with our families that have children with disabilities it's a partnership on the journey that we're on together. From the point that we encounter our families from day one until the end, we're really wanting to be partners in the success for their child.
You got to give it all that you got. Don't hesitate and don't ever stop. You spent a lifetime waiting for this day. This is your moment. Now's not the time for you to hold back. Don't overthink, it's time to react. The moment has come, don't let it slip away, away, away. It's closer than it's ever been, and now it's more than just a win. It's where your life begins.
You did so good.